Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Convention of States, Indiana Live. I want to welcome all of you to our broadcast this evening. I normally would have my co-host with me, Ken Kashuba. Sorry, Ken, wherever you are. Sorry, I mispronounced your name. But Ken is not with me again tonight. He's got this habit of working for a living, and I just don't understand it. But he's working on a project again this evening, so he will be back with us next Monday, the 20th. So looking forward to having Ken back on us or with us at that point in time. Now, as you know, Ken's normal duties when he is with us is to monitor viewer comments and questions. So I will do my best to monitor those during our broadcast this evening. So I just also want to mention we are now keeping track of our broadcast. So this is number 153. So we're very proud that we've been able to accumulate that many broadcasts, and looking forward to doing more and more as time goes on. Just want to mention to you once again our national website, conventionofstates.com. That's where if you want to become a supporter of Convention of States here in Indiana or anywhere in the country as far as that's concerned, and we certainly want you to do that. But the first step is to go to our national website, conventionofstates.com, and sign in and become a supporter. That's very, very important. We'll be talking more as time goes on. We'll be talking more about what else we would like for you to do while you're on that website. But to take that initial step, go to conventionofstates.com and become a supporter. Now, also want to mention to you that our roundtable broadcast is coming up on June 27th. Now, what do I mean by a roundtable? Well, on the roundtable broadcast, we dedicate the fourth Monday. COS Indiana Live is a weekly broadcast every Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. But we dedicate on the fourth Monday of each month, we dedicate that to a roundtable format. So we have a panel of leadership individuals as well as guest panelists. And during that broadcast, we discuss various topics. For example, our last roundtable broadcast, we took on the broad topic of government overreach. And from that broad topic, we delved into various topics that fall within that particular overall topic of government overreach. See, curtailing government overreach is one of the pillars of the resolution that we have passed already here in Indiana, calling for a convention of states. And that would be one of the items addressed at this Convention of States. We would also address the national debt, and we would also address term limits on Congress as well as other federal officials. So those three pillars, we refer to them in the resolution, those will dictate what is discussed at the Convention of States that we want to have occur. According to Article 5 of the Constitution, a Convention of States for the purpose of proposing amendments to the Constitution, and requires 34 states to sign on to that resolution calling for the convention. And of course, then any proposed amendments would then have to go through the standard ratification process, which would then require 3/4 of the state legislatures to ratify, or 38 states. So, little plug for Article 5 there. So that's what I was talking about, the roundtable format, but I kind of got off track there a bit. But again, the roundtable format is what we utilize on our roundtable broadcast, and the next one coming up will be June 27th. So let me get into then our guest tonight and what we're going to address tonight. As I mentioned, Ken is not here tonight, my co-host. So we're not going to be doing the polling portion of our broadcast that we normally do. We'll wait for Ken to return, and we'll have him start that back up again. So we pretty much got the whole broadcast tonight dedicated to a topic, another topic with regard to what action can I take in Convention of States. This has kind of been our theme all this year, is if I want to engage in activism, how can I do that through Convention of States? And because we're more than just, obviously, we want to see this Convention of States take place, but we're also trying to build the grassroots, and we're trying to build an army of activists, quite honestly. We've got we're almost at 65,000 supporters here in Indiana. Nationally, we're almost at 5.3 million supporters. So it's growing. And so our theme, back to our theme for this year has been, what action can I take in Convention of States from an activist standpoint? Well, tonight, we're going to have, as a guest, we're going to have one of our district captains, Jill Jones, and she's going to talk about becoming a constitutional coach. And folks, this is another one of those activist activities that you can engage in through Convention of States, and that's becoming a constitutional coach. We've talked about other opportunities through Convention of States to become an activist in whatever you're interested in, and that could be taking on a leadership role in Convention of States. It can be one of a host of other activities that you can engage in. But we want to address tonight this particular opportunity, and that is becoming a constitutional coach. And Jill is one of our constitutional coaches. So she's going to talk to you about what that's all about, how to go about doing that, and what's involved in it. I think you're going to really, really enjoy it. So Jill Jones will be coming up here very shortly. Time permitting, I want to show you another contribution, another contributor segment, John's Journal. This is John Ackerman that provides these to us. And this one is called Moving On, has to do with social media. So I think you're going to really enjoy that, and we'll play that time permitting tonight. All right. As I mentioned, we won't be doing the polling tonight, but then also as we wrap up this evening, got another Maringo mic video for you, and this time Maringo is asking and seeking for applicants for a position that we have open. So we're going to use Maringo Mike to do some job hunting for us. Maybe get some people interested in applying for a position that we have open that we're trying to fill. So that's kind of what we have on tap for tonight. And again, I will be monitoring the comments and questions if any come in. So without further ado, let's bring on our guest this evening. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, our theme this year is Convention of States and Activism, and how you can exercise your interest in activism through Convention of States. And tonight, we're going to be talking specifically about becoming a constitutional coach. So without further ado, let me bring on Jill. Now, I want to warn you of something here. Jill and I were kind of comparing notes and getting ready for the broadcast tonight, and we're experiencing some freeze-ups. And this happens from time to time. As you know, technology is wonderful as long as it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. So I don't know. I know we've got some bad weather. Jill is down in the Greenfield area. I'm up in the Fort Wayne area. We've got some bad weather around. I see she has gone out and come back in. I can see her in the lobby area. So let me bring her on, and maybe we got a little better connection. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Hello, Jill.
Hi, good evening.
You're trying a different connection? You think that might work?
Yeah. Let's hope. I got kicked out and I came back in, so we'll hope for the best, Dale. We'll do what we can, right?
That's right. We'll just do the best we can, folks. So just keep in mind the freeze ups that we were experiencing didn't last very long. Jill can still hear us when we freeze up like that. So let's hope that they're few and far between. But it's just something we have to contend with. Well, Jill, whenever I have a leadership individual on as a guest, and like I mentioned, Jill is one of our district captains. She's the district captain for House District 53, mm-hmm. and in the Greenfield mm-hmm. area, that general area. What are some other towns that people might recognize in your district, Jill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. We've got Pendleton to the north of us. We have Knightstown, a small town to the east of us, and we're just right on the border of Indianapolis, of Marion County.
Okay.
And to the south of us, maybe Shelbyville, Rushville.
Oh, all right, good. Okay. Well, Jill, I always like for leadership individuals to tell us your COS story, not your life story, but the how, when, where you got involved in Convention of States. So tell us your story, Jill.
Sure. Well, good evening. Thanks for having me.
Well, you froze up. Okay, we'll keep going here. Hopefully she'll break here very, very quickly. And Jill, are you there? All right. Hopefully you can hear us, but we are experiencing a freeze up here. So
okay.
Let's see.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, you froze up again.
All right. Well, am I live? Am I okay?
You're okay now.
All right. Well, I'll try not to talk too fast, but I'll talk fast, okay?
Okay.
So in 2021 is when I was introduced to Convention of States. It was through a online course through Constitution Alive, and I was just doing some classes that a friend introduced me to, and it was there that I heard about Convention of States, and Mark Meckler was on, and I wanted to know more about Convention of States because what I was hearing sounded very valid for the time that we were living in and what we needed to do as a nation and as a people. And so I just went out there, did my research, and found out how I could get involved and became a supporter and signed up the petition and became a district captain from there. And so it's been a journey, and I'm learning and growing, and I feel like I'm a student.
All right.
So.
All right. And now I think you had told me that it was through at this point in time you had become aware of Patriot Academy. Am I right?
Mhm.
Well, she's frozen up on us again. What I'm going to do. We have a video here that we want to play from Patriot Academy, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that on. And you're back with us, Jill. I was getting ready to go ahead and bring on the video. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Sorry about this, folks. This internet connection, but it's just one of those things that we have to live with here. So let me bring this on, and I'm going to give us as big a screen as possible here to see this.
Hey, fellow Patriots, coaches, students, and maybe you're just interested and you've never seen Patriot Academy's Constitution classes before. This is just to explain why we have 3 different Constitution classes and what the differences are. The core class is Constitution Alive. All right, this is taught in Independence Hall and at David Barton's amazing library. That is our original course. Now, we took some of that and we included it in Constitutional Defense, this one right here. And this one is designed for more of a Second Amendment crowd, perhaps even somewhat of a secular crowd. Maybe if you know it's not a faith-based crowd, this one talks more about the laws of nature and nature's God and really comes at it from that angle. Now, that box set also includes Chasing American Legends, so you do get the full 12-episode series on Chasing American Legends. But in terms of the Constitution class itself, the difference between constitutional defense of your family and freedom and Constitution Alive, the meat is the same. It's me teaching in Independence Hall, basically walking through the entire Constitution. The bread on the outside of that meat's a little different. The bread in Constitution Alive is David Barton and myself sitting in his library talking about those things. The bread in Constitutional Defense is Brad Ackman at Front Sight out on Sniper's Point talking about those things and applying them in that setting. So that's the difference between Constitution Alive and Constitutional Defense. Then you have biblical citizenship in modern America, which has most of Constitutional Alive. I say most. It's about half of Constitutional Alive is in biblical citizenship. But then we added all these other special guests, such as Matt Staver and Pastor Jack Kidd, Pastor Rob McCoy. Of course, David and Tim Barton are in it. We've got Kirk Cameron in there, Congressman Barry Loudermilk. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So it's got a lot of great commentary in it as well. It is designed specifically for churches, for home groups, of very, clearly faith-based groups. And it talks about the Bible's perspective on how we should be good citizens and the Constitution as well. So that's the difference in the 3. If you're going to a gun club to teach a class or to host a class, use Constitutional Defense. Or if you know that it's a mostly secular crowd, use Constitutional Defense. Constitution Alive is going to take you the deepest into the Constitution. And then biblical citizenship, that's our newest, that's the most popular. That's the one that's a little broader, has more people in it. It's an 8-week course. Constitution Alive can be either 6 weeks or 11 weeks, depending on how you break it down. And then Constitutional Defense is 7 weeks. Hope that didn't confuse you too much. Any of the 3 is going to be fantastic. We've had hundreds of thousands of people go through these courses, almost 100,000 just in 2021. Let's make sure that even more go through in the next few years. Our goal is 3 to 5 million people through these Constitution classes before the next presidential election. You can help make it happen. Share these classes with your friends and family.
All right, Jill. That is the video from Patriot Academy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, can you hear
And
me now?
you're back on. You're back live now.
All right. So, yeah, so he gave those three options and he was, giving the details, but we just kind of wanted to expound upon those, didn't we, a little bit, Dale?
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump into them, but before we do, did you know, Dale, when the Constitution was first drafted, some folks were concerned it may only apply to people under 5 feet tall? I think it's because the preamble. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
That preamble, because it begins with "we the people."
Oh, get out of here now. Okay.
That's so maybe in we the people.
we
So I
the
think
people.
that's why. Yeah, like my
Okay.
shirt. I think that's why I have a growing love for the Constitution, Dale. So, well, we'll jump right in. I know we're freezing up, so I want to keep moving for you. So that first one is Constitution Alive, and I mentioned how I was introduced to through Patriot Academy and to Convention of States through that course. And as Rick mentioned, it's a 6 week or 11 week, and it has a workbook that's included. All of these do as a coach. And so the workbooks provided, there is a cost to all the workbooks. They're either $20 or $15. Okay. And there is a digital option as well. So folks, if they're text.
Well, you're freezing. You froze up on us again here.
Book, that's an option there. All right.
Okay. All
Can
right.
you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
all right. So Constitution Alive. So again, Dale, I don't know what you missed, but all of the coaching options and classes have workbooks, and they do have a cost to those, $20 or $15, I think, but there's a digital option as well. Okay, for those
All right.
workbooks. And then, yeah, the biblical citizenship, that was one of the classes I took as well. And I also was able to hold a class at a friend's house, and we gathered for about 8 weeks. And with biblical citizenship, that's an 8 week, like Rick mentioned to us. And again, that's going to have a workbook with it, and folks can follow along with that either digitally or a workbook right in front of you, so you can fill in the blank. The key is at the end of each of these. And so biblical citizenship is where I have enjoyed gathering the information and learning more about our Constitution and have that from a biblical perspective. But it's not just for the folks that are, into a biblical aspect of learning the Constitution. It's for anybody to want to have a greater understanding of our frame.
I think that the two are tied together here quite a bit, the Constitution Alive and biblical citizenship, because correct me if I'm wrong, but the Constitution, the Bible was used extensively in writing the Constitution, and I think the founders depended upon the Bible quite a bit. And at the time, of course, the Bible was widely used as a resource. So the quite honestly, the Constitution and the biblical aspects are tied together quite a bit. Am I right, Jill?
Yes, I would say very much so. And Patriot Academy has done a great job tying those together to help folks be able to learn it. And they make it as simple as possible, which I enjoy that. I think that our young people can learn this too. So it's great for homeschool groups or young families that are homeschooling, co-ops, things like that. It's designed to be simple, and even young people, young children can learn this, which I love. So
good. Okay. Now there was a third one, constitutional defense. We're just going to touch on that just a bit here, right?
Sure. Yeah. So constitutional defense, again, it has a workbook with that, and it's a 7 week series of videos. There's going to be probably 3 or 4 of the videos that are going to correlate with those Constitutional Live classes as well. So there's some overlap, but that's okay. I mean, it's for our 2A friends, and and like he mentioned, maybe more of a secular group. So it's a great option. And there is, if you go out to Patriot Academy, you'll see more details about some other options that
Okay. All right.
guide folks in affect.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you froze up a little bit there, but we'll move on here. Okay. You want to talk about why do you want to be a coach?
Yeah, I think hopefully you can hear me now.
Yeah.
I apologize. We don't know whose end it is, but thank you folks for being patient. Yeah, as far as ask the why would I want to be a coach? And I had to ask myself that. It can seem intimidating. Maybe you've never been a coach in your life. When you hear that word, it makes you think that you need to know something about something. But in this case, that's not, the overall factor when you determine why. I think it's more, I want to learn it. And for myself, I wanted to learn more about the Constitution, and I wanted to be able to share it with my friends and family, and to be able to extend that to the next generation and my grandchildren's generation. We need to preserve it, what we learn, and grow in that. So that's why I chose to dive in and become a coach. And it was very easy because Patriot Academy made it easy for you to sign up to be a coach.
All right. All right. Well, tell us about needing a vision as a coach. What did you want? What did you mean by having a vision as a coach, Jill?
Yeah, I think overall it's, you want to be able to equip people, just like yourself, on the constitutions. You want to learn them. You want to be able to grow. I think it's bringing people together. I think about the Constitution talking about assembling, and I think that's important. I think it's important that we meet together.
Okay, she froze up again on us. Folks, I appreciate your patience tonight. Okay.
So, yeah. So again, Dale, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, you're back on now.
So it's just thinking through, that's a personal vision for yourself, why you would want to learn, or rather why you would want to be a coach, and what that vision is, what you want to get out of it. Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. Well, speak a little bit about, some of the things that are involved in doing a coaching session, and I think you really become a facilitator. So much stuff is provided for you, right?
That's right. Really, the videos and the workbooks do the work for you. They teach. And so that's the aspect that I liked about it when I was learning about being a coach and what that meant, and just the time commitment. Because I thought, oh, am I going to have to study and actually know this inside and out? No, that's not the case. And so they provide you that. So really, if you have the DVDs, if you choose that option, it's simply being able to push the play button. And so that's easy enough. And then if you choose to do, say, a Zoom version, you just have to know how to work Zoom and to fire up those videos for the people from that aspect. So yes, very much you're just a facilitator.
Okay, she froze up again on us. So see, folks, these materials are all provided as part of the training. So you truly become a facilitator in bringing this all together to the people that you're coaching and engaging in. So, okay, you back with us, Jill? All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting through it. We're getting through here.
All right.
Okay, you wanted to talk about consider being a coach, right?
Right. Yeah, I would say consider being a coach. Think about it. What I like about it is you can get a free license. I mean, there's no charge to do this. And why not take advantage of something that's free? Everybody likes something free. And Patriot Academy has been gracious to give that option. They also have a certified license as well. And there's also a lifetime license for a coach as well. So there's 3 different options. I like the free option, and they allow you to come in, register to be a coach, sign up to be a coach, And then I have access to all the videos of those 3 different options that we've talked about already. So I would encourage everyone to just sign up to be a coach, because then you're going to have the access to those videos, and maybe that's going to help some folks.
All right. Well, we froze up again. Well, when we come back on, I want Jill to give us a little idea of some of the content on the program, and she'll be able to quickly give us a little rundown on the content, what you're going to be talking about, and as the coach, and in the classes that you'll be leading and conducting. So hopefully we'll have her back on here very shortly. Once again, thank you all for your patience. Can you? Okay, let's go to the content, coach.
Yes.
Coach Jill.
Okay, sounds good. So the Constitutional Live, we just wanted to share some of the content that's in the workbooks and that you would see for each week. So again, there's 8 weeks there. Constitutional Live can be 6 weeks or 11 weeks, actually, and you can combine those, and that's why it can be a 6-week class. Some of the topics will be, our purpose and approach, the seeds of liberty, a 30,000 feet overview, Article 1, 2, and 3 of the Constitution, First Amendment freedom of religion, the Bill of Rights, the amendment process, duty of citizens. So that was
okay. Well, we've frozen up again. So, folks, we got just a little bit more to go here. Once again, thank you for your patience. But you can tell from the content that Jill is pointing out here is that it covers this Constitutional Live covers the whole Constitution, all the articles. So and you really are giving your class members, your students, a complete overview of the Constitution. So looks like we're losing her completely.
Can you hear me now?
I
see you and I hear you.
But
I can see you and hear you.
Okay, now we can see and hear you. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll move along.
Let's jump into the cost real quick here. Okay.
Sure. So we had mentioned, that there's no cost as far as to become a coach and register to be a coach. There's that free license to do so. That would be probably most people's selection to do that. And the only cost is going to be with the workbooks. They're either $20 or $15, depending on which class that you choose. But that's where your cost is going to come into play. And so otherwise, it's a great opportunity to learn more about our constitutions, to gather with like-minded folks that are wanting to learn about their constitution and to secure the rights that we have founded.
All right. So now if people are interested in becoming a coach, then the first step is go to the Patriot Academy website, patriotacademy.com. And just follow the menu selections there to sign up to be a coach. Are the classes pretty full? Do you know, or is there a waiting period involved, or have you any idea, Jill?
Yeah. I think that it's going to be wide open. I don't think folks will have trouble when they go on to register to be a coach. I think it will be quick access. You sign up to be, and hopefully you will be able to go right through those steps to register to be a coach. And if you have any trouble at all, I will tell you that Patriot Academy, I have called on a few occasions and I have been able to reach a person. So if you have any questions, I would be happy to help anyone if they had any questions. And if we can't find that answer, if I don't have the answer, we'll go to Patriot Academy, and they have a direct line, and we'll get to a person and find that out for you. So they make it easy for us.
Good. Well, tell us about you have a special class coming up. You're going to use a Zoom option here, right? Tell us about what you have planned coming up in August. Well, she's frozen up. Okay, she's going to be conducting a Constitutional Live class in August. On August 4th is when she plans to start this. And she's going to do a Zoom option. So it'll all be a Zoom presentation starting at 7 p.m. on August 4th. Now, if you're interested in learning more about this or participating or just getting some information on this, you can contact Jill at jill.jones@cosaction.com. That's jill.jones@cosaction.com. And Jill will be able to provide you all the information you need for her upcoming class. And it'll be a Zoom presentation, the Zoom class starting August 4th. Well, I see Jill is disconnected. So apparently we're really had a bad internet connection. And that is about all we had to offer from Jill this evening. So once again, I want to thank everyone for your patience in getting through that interview with Jill. Jill is a great district captain for us, and she's very interested in the Constitution, and she's doing a great job. Here she's coming back now. You there again, Jill? Oh, okay. Well, she's frozen up again. Well, Jill, hopefully you can hear. I finished up telling everyone about your Zoom option coming up August 4th. So, and I showed them your email address if anyone has any questions or wants to comment to you. Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay. I'm sorry that we had such a bad connection tonight, and I want to thank you for coming on and getting through this with us. So thank you very much, Jill.
Thank you folks for your patience. Reach out to me if you have questions.
Thank you very much, Jill. Okay, well, let's get now on. I wanted to present to you one of our contributors, John Ackerman, does a contribution segment to us for us called John's Journal. So let me bring that on. And this, as a matter of fact, has something to do with social media, which I'm then going to also show you a thing that Marengo Mike has just put out on social media. So let's go to John's Journal right now.
John Ackerman for Convention of States, Indiana. I want to take this moment to speak peace into your heart, into your mind, into your very being. Peace in the face of all the nastiness that's on social media. In fact, I'm starting to view it as antisocial media because there's so much hate and vitriol and divisiveness out there on social media. Many people don't know this, but you can read something that you disagree with on your social media and just move on with your life. You don't have to respond to everything. It's not written down anywhere that you have to get your blood pressure up, that you have to click the angry emoji, that you have to argue and fight and disagree. Sometimes, many times, in my experience, most times, I just move on.
Well, I think that's probably pretty wise advice from John there. I think we've all, if any of you have engaged in social media, you know that a lot of what he's talking about is so very true. And I'm one of those. I used to get so wound up on this, but I think John's got a good recommendation there. Just move on. Just move on. All right. Okay, let's kind of start wrapping things up here. Want to remind you one more time, our national website, conventionofstates.com, and our roundtable format coming up on June 27th. Okay. Now, also want to mention if anyone has any comments or questions after our broadcast this evening, you can always reach us through raiseyourvoicecos@gmail.com. That's raiseyourvoicecos@gmail.com. Please feel free to drop us a line, ask a question, or make a comment. We're always happy to hear from you, and we will respond to you as soon as possible. So, John kind of talked a little bit about social media and some of the pitfalls and some of the downsides. But we at Convention of States here in Indiana, we are trying to get more engaged in social media. And from the standpoint of reaching out to more people here in Indiana or anywhere as far as that's concerned, but specifically here in Indiana that are not part of Convention of States and would have an interest in perhaps joining our effort. It's called Growing the Grassroots. So we have decided that we think that there are a way to reach a lot of people is in fact through social media. So we are establishing some state accounts, state pages on various platforms. And you'll find those as Indiana Patriots for Convention of States. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, Instagram right now, LinkedIn, and we're looking at expanding to many other platforms. So we really want to engage and reach out with this with this program, our state social media program. So we've got a little thing from Marengo Mike here tonight about we're looking for a state social media coordinator. So I'm going to let Marengo Mike tell you about that. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to another Marengo Mike's Corner. As we all know, building a strong grassroots army requires multiple components and many talents. So, I'm going to be blunt here and call it as it is. The attack on our Constitution and our liberties has moved so many patriots to get off the couch, to get involved and do something. And that something is Convention of States. Inflation is affecting every one of us, and it is a direct result of federal overreach and incompetence. Here at COS Indiana, we need more volunteers on the front lines, and that means social media warriors. But today, I am looking for a special volunteer, one who can help our social media warriors take our message off the charts. We are looking for someone who has organizational skills and social media experience to be our state social media coordinator. Someone who can volunteer 1 or 2 hours a week to help us be more effective in growing our grassroots army and reaching many people still asking, what can I do? So, if you are interested in joining our team and filling this much-needed position, reach out to us with an email. Just send it to raiseyourvoicecos@gmail.com. That's raiseyourvoicecos@gmail.com. We want you, and we need you right now. And that's it for this week's Marengo Mike's Corner. See you all next month. Bye-bye.
I might mention that you can see Marengo Mike every month in our monthly newsletter. we generate a great newsletter. We've gotten really national acclaim on the newsletter that we generate. So Marengo Mike's Corner is one of the features in our newsletter. And if you're a supporter of Convention of States, then that is emailed to you every month. You can also find it on our state Facebook page, Convention of States Indiana. So it's available out there for anyone and everyone. But yes, Marengo Mike, as a matter of fact, that segment that you just watched is going to be in the June newsletter for our state. So just so you know. Well, I want to wrap up on a term that we have used, and you heard Marengo Mike mention it. It's an acronym, GOTC, and it's called Get Off the Couch. As a matter of fact, our guest tonight, Jill Jones, is the one that created this acronym, and I've stolen it from her, and I've used it frequently in our broadcast. But it's GOTC. It's Get Off the Couch. You know, so many of us in Convention of States, and I'm certainly one of them, there comes a point in time when, you know, you're listening to the news, you're following social media, you see what's going on, especially what's going on in our country right now. And you may be a person just like myself and so many others that you know, we stayed on top of the news, but we never engaged. We never got involved. We never did anything. And you just get to the point where you say to yourself, I got to do something. I got to do something. And that's the time to get off the couch and get involved. And Convention of States provides you that opportunity to get involved. And again, you may choose a leadership position. You may choose to attend rallies. You may choose to become a constitutional coach. You may choose to be part of our Telepatriot program. So there are many, or you might want to become a social media warrior. Or you might want to become a state social media coordinator. So we have many activist type activities available through Convention of States, and we've been trying to feature those throughout the year so far, and we're going to continue doing it because there are many more opportunities for you. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up here. I want to mention one more time, our next broadcast will be next Monday, the 20th. And we're going to be featuring next Monday, John Ackerman, the gentleman that did John's Journal tonight. John's coming on and is going to talk about the Convention of States core values. I think you're going to find that very interesting. These are the values that our organization is based upon. And I think it's very helpful to understand what we're all about. And I think John is going to do a great job. And hopefully we'll have a better internet connection. I'm so sorry that Jill's connection was the way it was tonight, but we made it through. So with that, I'm going to say good night, everyone. Have a good evening. And GOTC, get off the couch. It's time to get involved. Thank you. Good night, everyone.